Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here. Now, I just had like a really ironic thought and I wanted to share it with you guys. You know, like the amount of people that say to me, like, I'm here if you need me. And then, like, you think about the amount of times that you needed them and they weren't there. And I know it's kind of like, that's my fault in a way because when I need someone the most, I'm not gonna ask for it. Like, people, when they say that, they're like, I don't know. I guess, like, I need to be more specific and actually reach out when I really need someone. But I guess when you're really bad and people know that, it's safe to say that you kind of need someone, like, all the time. And I think really the best thing that you can do if you know that someone is struggling, rather than just saying, I'm here if you need me, is just be there. Because they're not going to ask for it. Most people in this world don't ask for help. And those that do are either like really confident and assertive, or they have a problem that they feel okay burdening you with. I mean, as a borderline, I don't want to burden anybody. I just feel like I don't want to put anyone out. And I just also think the amount of times that I need help, it's just nobody would be there. And I think when people say, like, when you ask for help, right? People want to do something. People want to say something. But it's not about necessarily doing or saying. It's about listening and being present. And those are two things that people are just really not good at. People say to me all the time, like, what do I say to someone? Don't say anything. Like, there's nothing that you could say that would take away my pain or change my situation. And I think if you don't know how to help someone, well, you're not doing the first step right. If you listen to someone, then you will know how to help them. It'll be pretty apparent how to help them. I know if people had actually listened to the words that I was saying, they would have known exactly how to help me. Because I would have been saying about my housing situation, my financial situation, my doctor's appointment situation, my medication. Like, there are so many things. It's just people only really listen with the intent to reply. And I think if you find yourself talking to a loved one about mental illness and you are thinking about what you were going to say, about what you can say, then you're not doing it properly. Like, you should really be actually listening. You shouldn't reply straight away. Because that means you've already thought about what you want to say. You shouldn't necessarily know what you want to say. It's like, you need to, like, wait until I finish that last sentence before you can even start contemplating your reply. But if you already have a reply ready, then you are not listening to me. And if you were saying things like, you know that I'm here if you need me, well, you're already not there. It's definitely a tricky situation, and it's really, really hard. But I just mean the amount of nights that I have spent needing help. And I think it's hard when you're in a place where it's like, technically by definition, you probably need help like every second of every day. And I think when you're in that state, when people say to me, oh, are you okay? It's like, what's your definition of okay? My definition of being okay is like, I'm not going to take my life right now. That's my definition of being okay. It doesn't mean that I'm okay. And I think most of the time when I reach out, it's like, I'm okay because, I don't know. Every single second of my day is like this. It's like nothing is different since the last time I spoke to you, but that's kind of the point. I don't know. It's a difficult topic, and it's really, really, really hard. And I think the number one reason why I don't reach out to people is because their responses suck. I don't want someone to try and fix my problem, but that doesn't mean I don't want to be helped. Like, I want to help myself. You can't fix my situation. You can't fix me. Even if you wanted to. Most people don't even want to. So if you want to, you're definitely ahead of the game. But the best way that you honestly could help someone is just by listening. And by accepting their situation. I think in trying to fix them, it sort of inadvertently undermines their pain, undermines the significance of their situation. You telling them that there's help available makes it sound like it's easy. And you know what? It's really not easy. And I think that's what you need to be communicating to people. You really shouldn't say anything, but if you did, you should be saying things like, I am really sorry that this is happening to you. I get that this must be so difficult. I don't want your goddamn sympathy. But I want you to at least acknowledge the significance of my situation and empathize, because empathy is very different to sympathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for me, and empathy is kind of relating. And even if you can't specifically relate to my struggle, you're at least acknowledging that there is one. And that's what I want most from people. That's where the stigma, I think, prevents, or this lack of understanding prevents people from getting help and makes the whole situation just a shit ton worse. Because not only do I have to be mentally ill and suffer all of the symptoms, I have to exist in the world and just interact with people in the way that they deal with mental illness. And even those people who claim to be helpful and understanding, most of the time are not. So I think, this kind of stigma affects everyone, even if you acknowledge that mental illness is real, and even if you are trying to support someone with a mental illness. I think it's just a complete misunderstanding. And that's the thing. People try and understand. Or they say that. They're like, I'm trying to understand, and they're trying to educate themselves. But it's like, you're not doing it properly. You're not. You just want to understand so that you can fix me. You don't actually want to know what it is that I'm going through. You just want to find a solution. And ultimately, I want to find a solution as well, but I probably am on the path of finding a solution. And it's definitely not a quick fix. And while I'm trying to fix myself, what I want from everyone is just for them to accept my situation and acknowledge it. And be like, yeah, man, that is tough. But I'm proud of you for trying to figure it out. Those are the type of people that I would reach out to if I was in trouble. Because I know they're not going to be an asshole about it. I know they're not going to make me feel guilty, feel like a burden, and they're not going to undermine the significance of my struggle. They're going to get it. And they're going to allow me to be sad, allow me to just feel whatever I need to feel in that moment, But they're going to sit with me while I feel it. Thanks, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this video. What's been your experience with this? I'd really like to know. Because I think these are just conversations that people don't often have. And I think we should start more conversations.